Okay guys, quick update for Bitcoin. So I think it's very possible we're going to get a move soon within the next few days. I do think that move is to the downside. I'm going to show you why this is the case based on this M1 chart. If you like this content, you'll leave a like. I appreciate it. So I've been talking about, if you've been following me, I've been saying that I believe 30K was the top. In this video here, I'll explain why I believe 30,000 was the top for Bitcoin. This also had to do with the chart I have for the Dow Jones. I'll link this now if you want to check it out. And I was talking basically that this ring was previously a top in 2022. We were at resistance. The same thing looked like it was playing out here, and you can see this is pretty much how it is playing out. You see we got rejected at this ring at resistance, and that's why I said it's very likely the stock market is also topped out based on this ring and this resistance level. This is the M1 chart. I've been talking about this chart for weeks, talking about these lines in this fib channel, and I put up a video about this when I published this chart back on March 23rd, 2022, saying this would be a likely point too short historically based on this fib channel. Every time you hit one of these lines, we get rejected. Rejected, 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 rejected. So it made sense when we hit this line, we would get rejected. That's why it'd be an ideal point to short. Hit play, and you see how this played out. We had multiple points to short, 1, 2, 3, and actually we hit it here as well. It's on line drawing, you can't see the candles. Another point of contact here. So I think this is how it's going to play out. This is the line we're currently at now. You can see we're getting rejected. So I believe it will just be sideways and down every time we make contact with this line. So if you miss your chance to short 30K, don't worry. There's going to be plenty more opportunities to short. So this is just a more recently published version of that same chart, just showing you this line. You can see every time we hit this line, we got rejected. We did get a wick above. We had a daily candle open above this line. I made a post in Discord. That might be a point too long, up to 30K. We'll cover that as well. But you see we're currently back below this line, so I believe it will be sideways and down. And I believe the big move soon will take place because I believe this is a large head and shoulders. This is currently our support right here at 27,500. As soon as that breaks and becomes resistance, again, I expect us to continue to move down this line as resistance. We will go into detail about that in just a sec. Guys, I use BitGet to trade. If you want to sign up, my link's pinned in the first comment description. I'll be making a tutorial soon showing what I've learned using that exchange to trade. If you want to set up limit orders, trigger orders, set up a stop loss, adjust your stop loss, I'll cover all of that soon. And again, if you do sign up, you get access to the charts, get access to Discord as well. This is what I was talking about. This was May 3rd. So the day the candle opened above, I'm going to hold my short, but just a heads up, previous guidelines when we broke, we pushed up. Just saying, look, we had a daily candle open above this line. So your point to long to or short would be this blue ring at 29,900. And you can see what happened. We pushed up, and that was your point to short right here, 29,900. Every time we hit this blue ring, we get rejected. And then I made it very clear, said I would not enter a short here as we are at or near support. And I was talking about what I'm covering in this video today is this possible head and shoulders. This is our support here. This is your resistance, 28,100 at the time of this post. So I will cover this. I'm going to cover the CPI and the Fed pivot. This, again, I'll show you why I think it's likely we'll go sideways and down. And then when the Fed pivots, that's when I believe the major crash will happen. So let me cover this M1 chart really quick and show you what I'm expecting to play out and what to pay attention to. So again, I believe this is a head and shoulders. It's a funky head and shoulders, but head and shoulders nonetheless. This would be your left shoulder, this would be your head, and this would be your right shoulder. And if this plays out as a head and shoulders, well, you can measure from the top or the head to the neckline, and you bring this down. That gives you a target around 24,000. I do not think we would drop that low if we do break down from this. The reason for this is this blue ring. If you notice this blue ring, we hit this to the dollar right here and got rejected. That is this ring right here. You have a moving average here, you have a fib channel line, and you have this ring. That is a lot of confluence for a target of 25K to enter a long. So I will be going long if we hit that point. So just to show you how this could play out, now I cover this in Discord as possible scenarios. So look, if I'm wrong and this pushes up, well, pay attention to, let's see here. Your current resistance is this guideline, all right, 27,950. All right, next day the candle open, that'll be around 27,900. If we get above that and hold support, all right, then we're probably going much higher and I'm wrong. If we do, however, push up, Your next point to scalp a short would be around 29,720. At any point we get above that and hold support, well, then we're going much higher. I do not think that's going to happen. I do think we topped out at 30K based on this chart. If we do drop, though, all right, so this could play out a number of ways. It's possible if at any point we break 27,500, this becomes resistance. Then something like this could play out. I do think we would probably hold support around 26,780, around that area. Notice we got a perfect touch right here as support. So this will also hold as support. I think a lot of people, if we break this, they expect us to come down and test the 200-week moving average. That's also possible. That's around 26,000. But I think what's likely to happen is we'll catch a bounce here, right at around 26,770, around that point. Price will push back up. This will be to stop out shorts. People will start longing, and we will get rejected at this guideline again. This is where you would add to your short or enter a short. Then I believe we will start heading down to that target. If you've been following me the last few videos, I've been talking about the middle of May that we would potentially be around 25K. I believe that's still going to play out. So again, whether we come straight down or push back up, I believe that we will hold support around 25,000. That's where I will enter along. And again, every time we make contact with this line, this is where I will short. But again, I think it will be sideways and down. And the reason for this is because of the Fed pivot. Historically, we do not get a crash until the Fed pivots. When the Fed pauses, you can see the stock market just kind of goes sideways. When the Fed finally pivots, this is a dot-com crash. We had a pause, the Fed pivoted, and down we went, right? Same with the financial crisis 2008. The Fed paused, and markets went sideways and down. When the Fed finally pivoted, that's when markets came down. Same thing happened during the COVID crash. Interest rates were going up. There was a pause. When the Fed finally pivoted, markets came down. So I believe the same thing will happen. When the Fed pauses, markets will continue to go sideways and down. When the Fed finally pivots, that means something is broken, and that's when the markets will crash. So that's why I believe that what I showed you here, this line, I believe will play out just like this line. It will be sideways and down, and you get a bigger dump, sideways and down, and a bigger dump. And then when the Fed finally pivots, that's when you get that larger move to the downside. So that's what I'm paying attention to. And that's why I wanted to catch the top, and I still believe that the top was 30K. Again, every time we hit this blue ring, we were rejected. This is your last chance to short 30K back here on May 6th. But again, I'm just covering the scenarios, how I expect this to play out. I do believe that every time we hit this line, we will get rejected. Remember, you can access all these live charts on my website, pinned first comment description. It also gives you access to Discord. If you want to sign up for BigGet, that link's pinned first comment description as well, and expect that tutorial video up soon. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.